Essentially.
Misfortune has befallen Academia and the Dominion at large. The Militesi Empire has broken the quadripartite
I had no idea that
crystal
Militus
pact,
had built something so
which was
powerful.
forged through
Not
the
even
courage
Bahamut was able to
and
overcome the device's
wisdom
effect.
of our forebearers. Because of this deplorable
They say Militus deployed 2 separate crystal jammers, right?
breach of faith, we have all lost many friends and loved ones. And yet,
Damn that Sid
here I
Alstein.
stand before you,
I don't care if Militus is low on resources. How's that our problem?
that your strength of heart, your pure and noble desire to protect our beloved Rubrum, and
You
the
put your life on the
Vermilion
line for
crystals
someone else, you also risk being
was
completely
strong enough
forgotten.
to win Academia back from our enemy. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude.
The Empire deployed only 1 l'Cie, but they had 2 fully functioning crystal jammers.
This great feat. However, we must also
Never give
not
in.
forget
Long live the Dominion.
those who fell in this terrible battle.
Ha! That'll teach those Militus scum not to mess with us.
Military forces that still unlawfully occupy our territories and liberate our villages, cities, and citizens that continue to suffer at the hands of the Empire. Rubrum is not in this alone. All of Orience must confront this challenge. I hope that you will all remember this as a new...
Chancellor! Anathemic readings in Lorica.
What?
One day, historians may refer to this as Tempus Finis.
Nonsense.
It's sad.
This is not the beginning of the end. It is the first ray of hope.
Steve
one
Bloom.
that we've brought forth.
Odd 12-842.
In 842 RG, an Ultima bomb, powerful enough to obliterate an entire continent, was dropped on the Black Peristilium in Lorica. In the blink of an eye, the Lorican Alliance, which had stood proud for 700 years, was completely erased from the continent of Orience.
Love that narrator. Achievement unlocked, enter class 0. Save your progress. Don't mind if I do. So of course that Chancellor guy is basically like our leader, dude. Pretty much. Chapter 2 beginning. So that was pretty much the prologue.
Vermilion banner.
Dun dun dun. Og 14-842.
Fearing an attack with a second Ultima bomb, the Kingdom of Concordia, home to the Azure Peristilium, began defending the airspace over its territory and that of the Dominion of Rubrum. Concerned the war might spread to other nations, Concordia sought an immediate cessation of hostilities, but was rejected outright by the Dominion of Rubrum. With large portions of land occupied by the Empire, the Dominion was reluctant to accept a ceasefire, as that would be a silent concession to the Empire's act of aggression.
You can't have that, can we?
The Consortium of Eight, Rubrum's supreme ruling council, spent several days debating how to recover their lost territory.
Dun-dun-dun.
With our force's current state, do you really believe we can defeat the Empire in a full-scale conflict?
We'll have to abandon our outer territories and focus on defending the capital and retaking key strategic areas.
We can make up for our disadvantage in numbers with the sea. The Empire already unleashed the sea on us during this invasion. We're lucky that it wasn't a Primus. If they want to throw dirt at us, I say we just throw it right back at them.
Oh.
My, you've quite the sense of humor. Do you really think a lessee would accede to the wishes of the Consortium?
Why not? The Vermilion Bird Crystal was attacked by an enemy lessee. It was put in danger. There's no way that its lessee could refuse to aid us in this situation.
And if the lessee operated by that logic, you might actually have a point.
Only the Vermilion Bird Crystal has the power to direct the lessee to help us. And the wills or won'ts surrounding that do not a productive discussion make.
Gotcha there.
Might I offer a suggestion? I understand the cadets who were involved in the liberation of the capital were unaffected by the jammer and managed to repel the White Tiger lessee. Can we create more soldiers with the same magic technology used to create them?
Magic technology. Uh-oh. So keep her in mind. She's very important.
Sorry I'm late. You can't simply repeat what I've done with the children. And the tech itself is classified. Disclosure is out of the question.
Dr. Aracia, have you learned anything about the crystal jammer?
Very little, I'm afraid. I can say with certainty, though, that no human could operate the jammer. It would take a lessee. However, my scanners haven't detected any major disruptions since Lorica's little disappearing act. Based on the data, I believe that something has happened to the lessee, and the jammer is inoperable.
Even if that's true, do you have an actual plan to get us out of this current mess?
Just deploy the cadets.
Huh?
I believe that is the best way to turn the tide of battle without compromising our defenses.
Undeniably, the Agito cadets would make for a potent implement of war, but...
Would it not be seen as an expansion of the role of those defending the peristilium?
No. If the lessee won't help us, what choice do we have?
Very well. Shall we defer to the Chancellor's judgment?
The Dominion's very existence is imperiled. Each of us will be put to trial. Even the Agito cadets. And if Rubrum is at stake, they would welcome those challenges.
Very well, then. Shall we make it official?
We shall. Fountain Courtyard. Of course, this was in the area we were in before, but now it's been liberated. And it's basically our school, more or less. As if you couldn't tell, we're students. Bum 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 bum. Requests, expert trial. Yeah, these come into play later, especially expert trials. We're not going to be seeing those for a while. Requests, which are kind of like quests, basically. Map of Orients. Of course, Orients is the name of the world. You can kind of go into the map and... Rubrum, that's basically our country. Rubrum region. Ibon region. Roshana province. Vale Deso lands, which are way over here. Innsmouth region. Dragon Center. A lot of these places I've never been to. because I've only played up to like chapter 3 or so of the PSP version. East Nesha region, West Nesha region, Rilachi province, Togorith region, Iska region, Mero region, Ketme district, Azure district, Mahamura, North Togorith region, Jubania region, Old Lorica region, Barith's desert, not desert, Northern Valley. It's pretty much good times in the Mushroom Kingdom. Alright. We got 2 Mega Elixirs. How cool are we? And we're in level 12. Restores 100% of party's HP and MP. Imagine that. I think we got like a new weapon or something. Dun, 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 level 12. We're doing pretty sweet. Yeah, so if you see different like elemental stats, it has for like fire, lightning, ice. Your stats in that particular element have to be high enough in order to actually use that element, so it's kind of a thing. So here's all of our other characters that we have. So there's 14 characters in all. We have 12 right now. We'll get 2 more later. So we have Deuce, who uses flutes. Trey uses bows. Cater uses pistols. Sinke uses mace. Cease uses scythes. 7 uses whips. 8 uses knuckles. Of course, 9 uses spears. Jack uses katanas, and he may or may not cause trouble. Queen uses longswords, and King uses twin revolvers. So that's kind of a thing. But only kind of a thing. Alright. Yeah, the weird thing is, like, you can't, like, change equipment in your menu. You actually have to go to, the save point thing, which is kind of odd, but, yeah. And of course, there's accessories that increase your certain element, but you usually reduce your max MP, which is kind of a thing. Okay. So here is we're pretty much going to be going through kind of like a tutorial of what different things here do. Where do you think you're going? Classroom 0 is that way, Koopo, you son of a bitch. Okay. How you doing? Trainee. Is it true that Class 0 was able to withstand the influence of the Crystal Jammer? Probably. Well, obviously, just think about it for a second. How else could they have destroyed the first Jammer if they weren't immune to its effects? So yeah, typically, like, there'll be like a group of people talking, and with each, you can only really talk to the group, but like, you can talk to them multiple times to talk to the different NPCs. So that's typically how that works. Class 2nd Cadet. My friend told me that Lassie from the invasion was a Secundus. Apparently, she has the ability to enhance the power of any weapon, like those MAs. Sure, the Primus Lassie are scary in actual hand-to-hand combat, but I feel like the Secundus have the potential to be even more devastating in more situations. That's a shame. Uh-oh. It's Aki! Wow, I didn't believe the rumors about crimson-clad cadets thrashing the White Tiger, Lassie, but here you are. Class 0, in the flesh. I'm Aki, from Class 1st. It's an honor. Why don't I show you around? This is Akademeia, home to the Vermilion Peristylium. Your homeroom should be just through the entrance and down the hall to the left. You haven't met with your CO yet, have you? You won't be officially registered as a cadet until you do, so I would have follow the mark on your map to reach your next destination. Our privileges come with plenty of responsibilities, too. But we cadets are all here to look out for each other, so don't be a stranger. Uh-huh. So yeah, you can look at your map, and the map's... It kind of shows like an area, and it has like an icon for each thing, which kind of describes what that area actually is. So it's kind of unique. 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 If you ever get lost, you can always check your map for your next destination. Marks the spot. Just follow the vermilion bird. But of course you can do a lot of extra stuff along the way. So the next thing we need to do is go to Classroom 0, our classroom, but you can look around, and it's a good idea to get used to this place and where things are. Because this is kind of the main hub of the game. Dominion Citizen. Did you see that flying ship just pass by? Whoosh! Right across the sky. Gee, it would be so cool to ride in one of those. I bet riding in one of those would probably make Vegastar quit. I hope I can learn how to use magic someday, too. Then I could take down all the bad guys. Why would anyone want to start a war in the first place? We were all completely content in leading peaceful lives up until now. Yeah, well, that's how it goes, man. Class 6th Cadet. Militists deployed their lessee during the invasion, but where were ours? Where were our lessee when we needed their protection? They were probably being hassled by a salty referee. Beats me. Maybe the crystal didn't deem the Dominion worthy of defending. Well, that's a shame. Who's this fart knocker? Dominion Tribune. Sorry, Cadet, this area is still under repair. The Empire really did a number on this place. We've almost restored the arena, but it'll take time to heal the wounds to our collective psyche. Yeah, so that's the arena. We don't have access to it yet. That's where we controlled Odin earlier. You can do some cool stuff in there once it opens up. But for now, courage. Courage, courage, courage. Do-do-do-do-do. How you doing? Just hanging out here? So you barge in here without taking any tests or interviews, and all of a sudden you're cadets. Did the Arch Sorceress pull some strings for you or something? Something like that. Yeah, how come you guys get all these privileges and we don't? You get permission to summon special Eidolons and stuff. It's not fair. Aw, they're salty. Because we're better than they are. Trainee. Seeing that Bahamut lying there helpless in Rubrum Square left me speechless. I couldn't believe my eyes. We take pride in the Eidolons as our most powerful weapons, and not even they were strong enough to withstand the effects of the Crystal Jammer. I hope I never have to see a horrible sight like that ever again. Yeah, well... a bit. I bet Militus is plotting to take over all of Orience. I'm sure of it. But then why would they go dropping Ultima bombs on other countries? What's the point on taking over a giant crater? And they weren't even overtures either. What's up with that bullshit? Shouldn't you be receiving your mission briefing? Report to Classroom 0 immediately. Shut the up, sir. I will hurt you. You understand? I'm in freaking level 12, alright? I'll kick your ass. Mom, there's no telling when or where the Empire is going to strike next. You'd better be prepared to run at any time, okay? Oh, they're separate. You've only got one life to live, dear. Don't let it go to waste. Isn't that a soap opera? One Life to Live? I think it is, by God. How you doing? Who's to say there aren't Imperial troopers disguised and lurking in our midst? How do I know? How do I know you aren't one of them? Well... there's no telling who might be a foe masquerading as a friend. If you notice any suspicious figures, do what you need to scare some information out of them. I mean, stand-up adventures is pretty suspicious, I'm not gonna lie, but you never know. There's a Moogle! Class first Moogle. I don't believe we've met before, Kupo. I'm the Moogle in charge of class first. Okay. My class is comprised of the finest cadets in all of Akademeia, Kupo. You'll need to work a little harder if you want to join them, Kupo. Uh-huh. So there's like a Moogle that represents each class. So keep that in mind. Entrance. So this area kind of goes to the different classrooms and stuff. Entrance. So yeah, if you look on the map, it's right in the middle, and it kind of tells you like kind of the different branching paths that take you to different areas. One that looks like a chocobo. Oh, keep that bullshit in mind. I can't take any more tragedy. Please, no more. No more game over screens, he says. How you doing? Isn't it ironic that the only way to achieve peace is through war? Yeah, pretty much. How you doing? I think these are like 3 Vegastar fans. Didn't Bahamut look so cool tearing it up during the liberation? Don't you mean getting torn up? Our Eidolons were powerless against those crystal jammers. Yeah, I guess you're right. It just goes to show how terrifying technology can be. Pretty much. Classrooms 5th and 6th. Where do you think you're going? Other classes portals are off limits, Kupo. We can't go to the other classes, and it sucks. Not many people know this, but there are actually tens of thousands of Ifrit class Eidolons, all with their own unique abilities and personalities. I hear their personalities suck. 11th and 12th. We can't go there. It's interesting how all the countries of Orients have crystals, but each one utilizes the crystal's powers in different ways. Militus may have a bunch of fancy technology, but it's nothing compared to our magic. There's another Moogle. Kupo? Class 5th Moogle. I'm not trying to start something, but my bros have been pumping some mad iron lately, Kupo. They're totally determined to prove they're just as good as you dudes. Okay. After all, nothing gets teen hearts beating faster than a little friendly rivalry, Kupo. Uh-huh. Classroom 1st and 2nd. We can't go there. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm so glad I was born in Rubrum. How can people even live in a barren wasteland like Militus? Did you see that? It just ran past here. Well, was it a referee? Oh, don't start with that Cactuar stuff again. Do you seriously expect me to believe one of the 4 champions' pets is running around Akademeia? I mean, Commander Susaya has that Tomberry with him, doesn't he? Maybe the rumors are true after all. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looks like we can't talk to those fart knockers. Man, I don't want to do my homework. Can you just do it for me? Oh, but I guess you cadets have more important things to do. Crystarium. We can't go there. We can't go to the Crystarium FF14 style. There's another Moogle. I know where to go, sir. Class 8th Moogle. What ho, Class 0. Good tidings await thee in my classroom, Kupo. Okay. Make haste down yonder hallway. Tarry not, Kupo. Quiet you. You've got a book. The l'Cie inherit incredible strength from the crystals, but do you think that power is really worth sacrificing your humanity? No. They say people's magical powers start to wane once they become adults. If I'm going to become a great mage, I'd better get started now. You better hurry it up, sir. Stop screwing around like Newfie all the time. Everyone's been talking about Tempus Finis ever since the Empire dropped the Ultima bomb. You don't think this means... But I'm not ready yet. Oh boy. Why do we need this Agado to save Orients when we have l'Cie? Because l'Cie are chained to the will of the crystals. Agado isn't bound by those sort of restraints. Agado can do whatever it takes to save us. Or can it? Central Command. We can't go anywhere else. Do. Classroom 7th and 8th. We can't go there because we're pool experts. None of us could use weapons or magic during the liberation, right? Then how in Orients were those guys able to destroy that crystal jammer? Because we're awesome. That's why. Apparently the Militist Emperor just up and vanished one day, but I suspect foul play. Referee style. Yeah, no one's fouler than that Sid Alstein. I bet he's the one who knocked off the old Emperor. Probably. He is voiced by Steve Bloom. Tempus Finis seems to be the new buzzword around Akademeia lately. Do you think this really means Orients is... finished? That's what the legends say anyway. No one knows for sure though, and besides, we can't change it either way, can we? Let's just focus on the problem at hand, our war with Militus, and all of these shady referees doing whatever they want. It's a big problem. I thought all those times I went out hunting monsters would prepare me for combat, but I was wrong. That's because this is war. It's completely different when your prey is another human being. Maybe. Hallway. We're going into a hallway. Do. How you doing? There you are, Ace. I've been waiting for you, darling. Before you officially register as a cadet, there's something your mother would like you to know. I have to warn you that 2 new cadets will be joining you dears in Class 0. They may don the same crimson capes, but don't be fooled. They are nothing like you. Okay. You've been doing an excellent job collecting Phantoma. Those 2 new kids will be assisting in the harvest, but they don't know what Phantoma is, and I would prefer if they remained unaware. Other than you 12, only a handful of elite researchers are privy to information about Phantoma. You dears receive certain privileges because you're special, but those 2 new ones are not. That's a shame. Our research is strictly confidential, and I would hate for any secrets to get out. So do your poor mother a favor and keep this information to yourself. You'll do that for me, won't you, darling? So the students pretty much refer to her as Mother.
You look well.
All your 2 new classmates need to know about Phantoma is that it is the source of our magic, and I have no intention of letting them know any more. So be sure to keep it our little secret, darling. Okay. And there's a save point here. Oh, I guess you can actually change difficulty if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but, you know, if you want to. Bum ba bum. A new ability has been unlocked. Triple slip. Triple Floydian slip, even. Execute up to 3 dodges in succession. Probably a good thing to have, because dodging is very important in this game. Slipstream. Execute any number of dodges in succession. That'd be a good thing to have. Triple slip. We'll get that for Mr. Trey. Mr. Trey Parker. Slipstream. That's a nice thing to have. Cater. Debuff shot. Fire shots that lower enemies' defense. You damn right. Debuff shot. Elementillary. Fire shots imbued with elemental magic. Defaults to fire. Explosive shell. Fire exploding shots with up and X. Charge shot. Charge shots when gun is unholstered but not in use. Okay. Debuff shot effect up and AG down. Increases effect of debuff shot. Can learn that. Do. Charge shot. Fire charge shots by holding down X. Raining arrows. Shower enemies with arrows. Fun. Deuce. Tone cluster. Place a tone cluster with L down and X. Concerto. Enhance allies' abilities and force them to fight. It's an exciting thing. Cater. Charge shot, explosive shell. Okay, we already got you. Zinke, who has the maces. Earthquake. Attack the ground to damage surrounding enemies and possibly inflict stun. Focus. Perform a charge attack with down and X. Should probably learn that. Magnitude 7.0. Increased stun rate of earthquake. Nothing wrong with that. Cease. Who uses sights? Accelerate, of course. You definitely want to learn that. Combo bone increases the number of hits in a normal attack. Mobile strike attack while moving with left stick and X. Moxie. Increase power by defeating enemies and absorbing their malice. Dark Nebula. Use absorbed malice to attack in a straight line. Add stop effect to Dark Nebula. That sounds good to me. 7. Whoa. Or 7 uses the whip. Warflay, deliver a long-reaching attack with L up and X. Whirl Whip, deliver a wide area attack with L down and X. Snakebite, capture an enemy and either reel them in or instantaneously approach the target. Livewire, electrify ensnared enemies to damage and possibly inflict stun with L up, A, and Y. Not a bad thing to have. Elemental Lash. Strike enemies with a whip imbued with elemental magic. Defaults to fire. Coolio. Bum. Okay. 8. Who uses Knuckles? Sidestep. Dodge sideways with L, left or right, and X. Blind Strike. Increase critical hit rate when attacking some enemies from the rear. Swift Wind Stance. Shift to a simple stance and perform left stick up, left, and right. Swift Wind Special. Strike the ground during a combo by pressing L down and A and Y. Rising Uppercut. Counterattack when downed by pressing X at the right time. That could be useful. Wildfire Stance. Shift to an aggressive stance and perform combos with A, Y, and optionally left stick up, left, or right. Got some combo action. Wildfire Special. Conjure a pillar of fire during a combo by pressing L stick. He's got some stuff going on. 9. Missed the Spear User. Slipstream. Execute any number of dodges in succession. You definitely want to learn that. Jack, who uses katanas. Ninja Slice. Increase critical hit rate when attacking some enemies from the rear. Focus. Concentrates to temporarily increase attack with L and X. Reflex. Read enemies' attacks and deliver a mid-range counter slash. Increase power of Reflex. Reflex is pretty nice. Increases critical hit rate of Reflex. No Mondabadoo. There you go. Queen! Miss Longsword. And King, who uses the twin revolvers. Accelerate, of course. Gotta learn that. Have to, by law. Marksmanship. Deal more damage when closer to enemy, but less damage in bad weather. Yeah, weather can affect certain things. Reload by pressing L stick and X. Kick. Perform a melee attack with L up and X. Point blank shot. Inflict tremendous damage on nearby enemies. Charge 1. Increase attack power of point blank shot by holding down button. Now you can charge it up. That's all you can learn, apparently. It's interesting. Thought I got some kind of weapon, but now we can put something else on. This will give you gauntlets to give you more defense. Cut cards. Don't really have anything else to give you there. Yeah, if you look at a spell, it'll kind of show you the stats you need. I think the upper stats are like higher level, so in order to get the next level of Blizzard Bomb, you need 65 and then 75. So on and so forth. So, yeah, Wall or Cura. Takes a lot of MP. During a barrier in order to block enemy gunfire. Or just block, reduce damage received. Or Cura. Which you need defense magic. We'll do Cura. Bum ba bum ba bum. Sherato. That's fine. You actually have fire shotgun. Kara. Sure, you can just keep that. Give you a fire rifle. Wall, we'll give you a wall. Why not? Artillery, debuff shot. We'll give you block. Sing, we can give you... We'll stick with that. You can have cure. Yeah, we have cure. She just has cure for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever. Cease. You can keep thunder shotgun. Give you wall. I like to mix it up. Whip blade, snake bite, elemental slash. You can have block. 8. That pretty much works. He actually can't have any of that because his stats aren't high enough for those. Jump. White knight. That's fine. That's fine for you. Longsword. It's fine. And that's fine. Okay. Drop a save. I'm gonna go use the facility. I'll be back.